Hi, it's Dwyer. It's gamblersadvisory.com, a free site. Bettingangle.us, a free site. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk Naoya Inoue against Nonito. The fights happened. It was a classic. Let me just say, one of the things with boxing is that the sport's international. Some great fights are taking place all over the globe at any weekend or a couple days before the weekend in time. You'll hear about a fight that's taken place, this one in Japan. Then you'll hear the scorecards and you'll say to yourself, okay, the favorite won. All right, the judges had it a unanimous decision. Right? You'll think that that's the whole story. You'd be making a big mistake if that's your approach with regard to this fight. This fight was a classic. The only judge who got this fight right, in my opinion, and when I say right, it's debatable, let's say within range, is the judge who had Inoue, one of the hardest punchers in the entire sport of boxing, pound for pound, and unbeaten, winning the fight by 1 point. Right? You heard right. 1 point. Understand, in this fight, a fighter got bloodied. His nose was bleeding. The side of his face got swole up. His eye looked like it seemed to be bleeding. I wasn't sure looking at it whether it was blood from his nose that somehow got to the eye or whether the eye actually started bleeding. The feed I saw was spoken in Japanese, I think, right? It wasn't English. So I didn't have the benefit of the announcer telling me exactly what was cut and what wasn't. But make no mistake, Inoue, nicknamed Monster, a guy who has power in both hands. He's kind of like Anthony Joshua. Whatever he throws is hard, right? He was fighting in his backyard in a WBSS final against a guy 10 years older than him. And he was getting tested. Folks, dare I say, he was getting roughed up. He's never been tested like this, to my knowledge, in a professional boxing match. Let me tell you, the mechanics of the fight's breathtaking. Breathtaking. You have the Monster there at home. Hits hard with both hands, right? One of the hardest punchers easy in the sport of boxing. The secret to this fight, and it wasn't a secret between the two men, they both knew it, was that Donier's left hook, that's right, the 36-year-old's left hook, the same one he used more than a decade ago to drop Vic Darchinyan, that left hook, remains one of the best punches in boxing. So you had a situation here that was riveting, strategy-wise. Dwyer comes in. He's not on his back foot. Think about that. Who fights the Monster in Japan on their front foot? Nonito Dwyer does. So he starts to come forward. He's prepared to trade punches with the Monster. Right? This is the cagey vet who thinks, okay, I'll trade punches if I can just roll a little bit and land my left hook. I might be able to drop this kid. So Inoue, of course, sees him coming forward. Now understand, Inoue is like Julian Jackson, the Hawk from the 1980s. If you remember the way he threw punches, right? Flat-footed, hooker, everything behind it. Right? Getting maximum leverage. But Inoue knew that he didn't want to do that against a guy with Donier's caliber of left hook. So incredibly, the Monster starts fighting off his back foot. Folks, I'm just telling you, just from a strategy standpoint, you're watching this fight. It's a jaw dropper. Right? Inoue decides to concede the pocket to the 36-year-old. Then you notice something else. Right? Inoue has the left hook blocked. So KG veteran Dwyer starts throwing straight right hands. Even though Inoue has a decent jab, believe it or not, the right hands start getting there. That's how you end up with the bloody nose on the 26-year-old. So then we get to the 9th round, and it's a close fight. And Dwyer hits Inoue, who is guarded against Dwyer's left hook. He hits Inoue with a straight right hand. It's his plan B, right? The young guy's taking away his left hook. So he hits Inoue with the straight right hand. Inoue is in trouble. He's in such trouble, he tries to hold on to Dwyer. So, of course, Dwyer has the guy hurt. What does he do? He goes to plan A. He throws 2 left hooks. But guess what? Inoue might be young, but he's not foolish. Inoue's hurt. He backs away. Dwyer's left hooks miss. Right? I'm telling you, if either of those left hooks lands, I believe Dwyer takes Inoue's title. So then Dwyer, patient, right? Dwyer throws the 2 left hooks, decides, okay, I'm just going to, corner this guy. And guess what? This guy is not just a puncher, he has boxing skills. So Inoue makes it out of the 9th round, folks. That 9th round. Given the situation of the fight, unbeaten guy, 10 years younger than his opponent, with prodigious power, fighting at home. Right, against Dwyer, who people were expecting to retire. I'm telling you, Dwyer has a lot of gas left in the tank. Right, to see Dwyer land the straight right. To see Inoue grab Dwyer. To see Dwyer then create space, throw left hooks to try to end the fight. To see Inoue back away. Then to see him clear his head and make it out of the round. That's a round of the year candidate. So then we get to the 11th round, right? Inoue makes it back. But you notice he's boxing Dwyer. He's not in there against an old man trying to collapse the pocket. He's not doing a Canelo against Kovalev. He's not patiently waiting to collapse the pocket. No, he understands. I have to box this 36-year-old. So we get to the 11th round, and it's riveting. Inoue throws a punch that comes up short. Dwyer blocks it, but it opens up Dwyer's body. So Inoue throws a left hand to Dwyer's body. It badly hurts Dwyer. Dwyer takes several steps. Dwyer turns away right away, right? Because he's badly hurt. He wants to stay on his feet. He takes several steps. He cannot. He takes a knee. Folks, in my opinion, on the scorecard that mattered the most, that's the point that Dwyer loses by. Well, let me just say this. When Dwyer gets off the canvas in the 11th round, he's badly hurt. He has a finisher. Look at the KO percentage. He has a finisher with power in both hands, right in front of him, ready to wail on him. Dwyer is operating on fumes. This is when your car starts coughing at you before it dies, right? Dwyer's operating on fumes. He has several seconds he needs to survive to make it to the end of the round. There's time left in the round. Now, if you need to see a cagey veteran in survival mode, a guy who has a blown tire, needs to clear his head, but understands he's in the fight, and that if he's going to lose this fight, the other guy is going to have to take him out. Look at Nonito Dwyer in that 11th round. If you weren't a fan of Nonito Dwyer at the start of the round, by the end of the round, you'll be online looking up information on how to join his fan club. Right? It's just pure heart and savvy experience that gets Dwyer out of that 11th round. I have the film. It's in my favorites folder. Forget what you've read. Forget two of the judges' scorecards. I don't know what fight they were watching. Right? Sometimes you hear these scorecards and you're like, what? What fight was that? When did the judge submit the scorecard? Had the fight even started? Well, I'll just say this. This fight was a severe test of Inoue. Right? Severe. Understand, Dwyer at 36 goes the distance with him. By itself, that deserves a standing ovation. The fact that Dwyer is in the fight, the fact that Dwyer comes close to ending the fight in the 9th round, the fact that Dwyer is the one on his front foot, the fact that Dwyer, who can't land the left hook because Inoue is too savvy. By the way, kudos to both men. Right? Inoue, excellent defense. Right? The fact that Dwyer is then able to throw and land repeatedly right hands and bloody his younger opponent is outstanding. Right? In this loss, Nonito Dwyer, who I believe is a 3 or 4 division champion in his career, gave one of his best performances. Right? Don't look at the judges' scorecards. Please do me a favor. Look at the fight. Understand, one judge has it 114, 113. The margin is the fact that Dwyer hits the canvas in the 11th round. Inoue does not hit the canvas in the 9th round. Folks, this fight was that close. Let me give a standing ovation to both men. Let me also say, too, I give Inoue a lot of credit. Right? Here's a young guy taking everyone out early. That's his trademark. This guy's kind of like a Mike Tyson. So he's in the ring. He sees Dwyer trying to collapse the pocket. He knows Dwyer has that left hook. So Inoue then takes a step back. Forget ego. Inoue takes a step back, says, okay, I'm going to throw a jab. I'm going to throw power shots from the outside. You're going to try to walk me down. I'll give you the pocket. I'll try to take you out from outside. Right? All of these guys made a lot of adjustments. Let me say this too. And personality matters a great deal. Inoue is loved. You see why at the end of a round. It's a tough round, him and Dwyer. He gets the upper hand. I believe it's late in the fight. It's like the 10th round. So he goes back to his corner and you see the blood streaming from his nose. You see the blood streaming from his nose. I think his eye's also bloody. He looks beaten up on this side of his face. He looks at the crowd and he nods and he goes like this. He wants the fans to know, look, maybe I'm bleeding and I've been tagged. I'm getting tested. Just know your boy is still in this fight. Right? It's that attitude that gets him the love. It's also that attitude that shows that even when he's in against a 36-year-old and gets badly hurt in the 9th round and has to hold on, that he's not discouraged. He understands, okay, there are going to be rough moments in this fight. You know what? I still want to win the fight. I'm still here to compete. Right? 5 stars from me on this fight. Forget the 2 judges' scorecards. Come up with your own scorecard. This was a great fight. It was an exceptional performance by Dwyer. It's simply because he's fighting one of boxing's better champions that he loses. That's how I see it. Let me hear from you. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section of this video. Thanks for stopping by.